In this video, we are talking about what to do if your baby is not crawling, especially on all fours. Now, spoiler alert, this technique that I'm going to teach you guys today can also be taught on babies who are struggling with sitting and rolling. So if you have a little that is a little bit younger, this video still applies to you. Hi, I'm Dr. Lauren Baker, a pediatric physical therapist, and on this channel, we provide mini masterclasses to help proactive parents and pediatric providers to uncover the movement blocks that are limiting their littles from achieving their milestones. Think of me as your pediatric physical therapy bestie, here to help you learn tips and tricks to help your children move better. I love this little movement screen and treatment for infants who are struggling with crawling as well as rolling and sitting. It is a catch-all that I use on a ton of my infants in physical therapy, and I love teaching families on how to check this motion to make sure that it is not limiting their child from meeting their milestones. Today, we are gonna focus on using it in the instance of crawling. However, just know if you got sent this video by me or your infant is a little bit younger and you just happen to find it, you can use this same technique. I'll link a video above for families that have infants that are more in the rolling age. Some of you might be asking yourself a couple questions on crawling. Specifically, when should my baby be crawling and when should I maybe worry if they are not crawling? Specifically on hands and knees. We want all babies to crawl on hands and knees because of all of the immense amounts of benefits that they get from crawling on hands and knees. I will link a video above that goes more in depth on that. All babies should have the opportunity to benefit from the hands and knees crawling so that they aren't missing out on the benefits of crawling on hands and knees like their same age crawling peers are getting. If they are not, or they're struggling, we want to figure out and uncover why that is. Most of the time, it's due to trunk tightness, upper body weakness, or hip weakness. And so there's a couple of things that you want to be able to tease out if an infant is struggling with crawling. We want babies to crawl on hands and knees, specifically between the ages of 9 and 11 months. If a baby is not crawling on their hands and knees by 11 months, I do recommend reaching out to a pediatric physical therapist in your area. If you are new here, make sure you download the free crawling checklist linked above so that you can see if your little is missing any of the pre-crawling skills that they need in order to put everything together and crawl on their hands and knees. We want to check to see, can my infant do the I'm a little teapot? Can they move their body in this plane? On this channel, I'm consistently educating my parents on the 3 planes of motions. Babies and all humans need to move in these 3 planes and then combine them together. So we've got the forwards, backwards plane, the side to side, or I'm a little teapot plane, and then we have the rotation plane, both for the top half of the body and the bottom half of the body. We see rotation mostly used when we're getting into all fours, but in order to crawl on all fours, our butt needs to wag a little bit. Our trunk needs to move a little bit. And if it doesn't, we might be able to hold the all fours position, but we might not be able to propel ourselves or get ourselves forward, or we might struggle even getting into the all fours position and bail completely and cry or kick our legs out, go onto our belly. So this is one of the main mobility exercises and screens that I do on all of my infants who are struggling with crawling. And I want to make sure that all of my proactive families on this channel know about this exercise. This video is done on a little bit younger of a child, so I just want you guys to keep that in mind. A 9 to 11 month old might be a little bit wigglier, and so you might need a second person to help them stay on their back. I know staying on their back at 9 to 11 months is really hard. Totally normal, happens all the time. In this video, we are showing the screen on the back. You're gonna have the baby laying on a carpet or a blanket on the floor, and I'm going to do the left side first. So my left foot is going on the baby's right side underneath their armpit, and I am bringing their pelvis to the left. You can see their knee go close to their hand, but all of that motion is happening at their trunk. And it's hard to see here, but my right foot is now stabilizing the other part of their trunk underneath their armpit, and I am bringing their pelvis over to the right. This one is a little bit harder for him. I'm trying to keep his butt as close to the ground as I can, but he kind of kicks out of it. So now I'm going to test the other side. Again, that foot is stabilizing the trunk, because if I don't, his head might come towards me, and then that is going to decrease his curvature because his body would then stay in a straight line. This, we are only testing the left side. So I have that foot, and again, I'm stabilizing that trunk so that it doesn't move away from the side that I'm going. With this, we really want our hands to be gentle on the bum. I'm not grabbing his hips, I'm moving him based on his booty. So it's basically like taking your pelvis and bringing it up towards your elbow. He goes nice and smoothly to the left. There is almost no resistance there. And now we're gonna go to the right. So it's a little bit hard to see, but my right foot is on his left trunk underneath his armpit, and I am bringing his pelvis to his right elbow. But you can see right about a little, like 60% of the way, he kicks me out. He's like, and nope, right there. He's like, nope, no more. That's about as far as we go. And that's pretty good. He doesn't have much tightness, but anything more than 10% tightness, we do want to treat with the TMR positional release on the easy side. You can also try to do this position in standing, but it looks a little bit different. Bring one hand around their chest, make sure that both of their arms are over it. And then I would take the other hand underneath, so they're almost sitting in a chair. When my left hand and my left fingers are on the baby's right side of their body, I'm gonna basically bring their pelvis over to see how it feels for them to create that backward C shape at their trunk. And so do they allow me to move their pelvis over so that they're able to comfortably elongate this right side, or is it really stuck? Does it not move at all? Then I'm gonna come around, switch my hands. My left hand is gonna go around his chest, arms again are out. My right hand is gonna go underneath like he's sitting in a chair, come over to his left side of his bum, and I'm gonna do the same thing just by bringing my elbow out to the side. So you can kind of see here that baby Eric's pelvis is moving, so that it is in a C shape where his right side is shortening, his left side is lengthening. Does that move super easily, or is it sticky? Does it not move at all? So this one, you're not gonna get that full C shape because you're blocking part of that motion with this hand, this top hand. So you're gonna look more at like a J shape. And all you're looking for is, do these seem to go easily? And do they seem to go about the same distance? So you can see that he's coming over, that hip comes closer to that elbow. There's movement there. Switch other side. There's movement there. That's what it would look like if there was good motion and both directions were equal. That is not going to be the cause that a baby is struggling with rolling or crawling if both of those are equal and they're very smooth. Now, oftentimes what happens is you go here and it's not going at all. So this left side is tight and it's not letting me lengthen. But when I switch, okay, this side is easy. This is the easy side. So when we look at treatments, you always want to note the easy side. So for this example, it would be left side is the easy side. Or it would look like this. Okay. The right side, super easy. No resistance there. But when I switch, oh, they really don't want to go that way. So in that example, The right side would be the easy side, and that is the side you would treat using the total motion release method. And the treatment for this will be linked at the end of this video. So that's gonna be another video separately. This video is just to see, is tightness a potential reason why an infant is not crawling on their hands and knees? The other thing I want to talk about is for the infants who are crawling on their hands and knees, kind of, but they're doing what I call a hitch crawl. That's when you're on all fours, but one leg is up. Oftentimes the leg that is up and they're moving like this, that is not an ideal position because they're not wiggling their butts on side to side in order to kind of crawl. So when babies are crawling like this, oftentimes it's this right side that is tight. So when you go and do your test, if the right leg is up and the foot is on the ground, and you go to the baby's right side, and this is super easy, but then you switch it up and you go to left side and it doesn't move at all, that right side is tight. That's causing that baby to keep their foot up like this. Now, there can also be some pelvic rotation issues, so I'll drop a link for a different screen up above to rule that out. Again, it can be really complex, but this is gonna be the first one I'm checking to see, does that pelvis, does that baby move? And then I'm a little teapot in both directions. And that's a wrap, friends. Thank you so much for taking the time to spend it learning with me about what might be blocking your infant from crawling on hands and knees when we want them to be crawling, and all the things that could be blocking them from meeting this milestone. If you have any additional questions, make sure you check the pinned comment. That's where you're gonna find a link for you to schedule an online parent consultation with me. It's a one-on-one 60-minute video call that's secure where we can answer all of your questions on baby development, what could be blocking a child from crawling, and maybe narrow down a couple of things that might be best to start with that might help your infant get closer to meeting that milestone. If you want to solve a movement block, you tried the screen and you're like, oh my gosh, one side is tight, what do I do next? Check out this video. That is gonna show you how to solve this, especially if you have a wiggly baby. It's a standing one. Babies tend to love it.